Hello everyone, how are you? Today we'll be doing a national paper which is Mathematics paper 1 for grade 12 for November 2024, and we'll be starting with a question 1. Okay, let's start. Question 1 1.1 says solve for x. We'll start with a 1.1.1. Okay, let me pick something I'm gonna use to write. Okay, 1.1.1. Okay, x minus 3 is equal to 0. So they already factorized it. So when I will say this x must be equal to 0, or everything in the brackets, and you take everything in the brackets and you equate to 0. Therefore you say x minus 3 must be equal to 0. Therefore you transpose that 3, gonna get a x is equal to positive 3. Okay, fine. We go to 1.1.2. Says a 2x squared plus 1 is equal to 4x, and in brackets they said correct to do decimal places. That means you must use your quadratic formula. So in order to use your quadratic formula, you must write this equation in this standard form. It's read as ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, therefore let's write this in this standard form. Would be 2x squared, and when you take this 4x and transpose this to this side, when I change its sign, therefore you're gonna get a negative 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore let me write the quadratic formula. Minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, therefore x is equal to, therefore you know that your b is the coefficient of what? Of x, and the coefficient of x is what? Is minus 4. Therefore you say plus or minus root, and you know that your b is minus 4, therefore you put that squared, therefore minus 4 is 2. You know that your a is the coefficient of the x squared, and the coefficient of the x squared is 2, for you substitute 2 there. Therefore your c, you can see that your c is 1, therefore you write 1. Okay, don't forget your division line. Therefore you say 2, you know that your a is 2. Okay, let me remove this, put it here. Okay, fine. Therefore you know that minus 1 times minus 4, you're gonna get a positive 4. Okay, plus or minus. Okay, and you must press everything under square root on your everything under this square root on your calculator, and you're gonna get a positive 8. Therefore divide by 2 times 2, which is 4. Therefore know that your x will be equal to 4 plus root 8 divided by 4, or x is equal to 4 minus root 8 divided by 4. Therefore your x will be equal to what? Don't forget that we round it to 2 decimal places. Let me punch my calculator. Root 8. I got 1 positive 1,71, because I rounded it to 2 decimal places. Or your x will be equal to, I'll put a negative, okay, sorry for that, I got a 0 comma 0,29. Okay, fine. Let's go to 1.1.4. okay, let me remove this one. Okay, let's go to 1.1.4. okay, 1.1.4 says 2 exponent, not 1.1.4, we must go to 1.1.3. okay, sorry for that. Okay, let's go to 1.1.3. okay, 1.1.3 says x squared minus 2x minus 3 must be greater than 0. Therefore, you start by factorizing. Let's factorize. We get x plus 1 and x minus 3. Therefore, you use the equal sign because I'm looking for the critical values. Therefore, your x is equal to -1, or your x will be equal to +3. Therefore, don't forget these are your CV, critical values. Therefore, you are not done. You must draw the graph in order to obtain all the marks. Okay, your graph will be something like this. For you draw the line, Here you start with your smallest number, which is -1. Therefore, here you put the one that is big. Okay, sharp. So if you substitute everything that is less than 1, you're gonna get a positive number. Therefore, you write positive here. And when you substitute any number that is between -1 and 3, you're gonna get a negative number. Therefore, you write negative here. And when you substitute any number that is greater than 3, you're gonna get a positive number. Therefore, you write your positive here. Therefore, means you're gonna shade this side, shades this side. You shade the sides which they are positive signs, because your equation, it said x squared minus 2x minus 3 is greater than 0. It means your equation is what? Is positive. Something that is greater than 0, it means is what? Is positive. So that we only deal with positive where there is a positive signs. That's why you shade here and here. Okay, sharp. Gonna write your x here. You know that from any number from this side, from -1 to that side, is less than negative. So -1, there it means that your x must be less than -1. And you know that any number that from this side, from 3 to that side, is greater than 3. Therefore, your x must be greater than 3. Therefore, you get your full marks. Okay. Okay, let's do 1.1.4. Says 2 exponent 2x minus 2 x plus 2 minus 32 is equals to 0. Okay, guys, for this question, I'm gonna use a K method, where I'll say let K is equal to 2 exponent x. Therefore, I know this thing can be written as 2 exponent x times 2 exponent x minus 2 exponent x times 2 exponent 2 minus 32 is equal to 0. Therefore, you're gonna write k where you see a 2 exponent x, k minus k times 2 squared is 4 minus 32 is equal to 0. Therefore, you're gonna get a k squared minus 4k minus 32 is equal to 0. Okay, let me get a new page. You got okay, let me remove this and put it here. You got k squared minus 4k minus 32. Therefore, we're gonna factorize in terms of k. Therefore, say k plus 4 k minus 8. Therefore your k will be equal to -4, or your k is equal to 8. But don't forget that you said your k must be equal to what? To 2 exponent raised. So it means when you see k, you put 2 exponent x. Sorry for saying 2 exponent 3. You said when you see k, you put 2 exponent x is equal to -4, or 2 exponent x is equal to 8. And you know that 8 can be written as follows: 2 exponent 3. Therefore it means your x is equal to 3. But 2 exponent x wouldn't be equal to -4 unless if it was positive. Okay, we do. Okay, let's continue and do the other one. Okay, fine. Let's do 1.1.5. Says root 2x plus 4 minus x is equal to 2. We're gonna transpose that x. You're gonna get a root minus 2x plus 4 is equal to 2 plus x. Therefore you square both sides. Therefore here will be left with 2x plus 4 is equal to, you expand this one, gonna get a 2 plus x and 2 plus x. Therefore a 2x plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 2x plus 2x plus x squared. Okay, and I get a 2x plus 4 is equal to 4. 2x plus 2x is plus 4x plus x squared. Therefore I'm gonna take everything here and transpose to that side. I'm gonna get a x squared and plus 4x plus 4 plus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore this one cancel this one. Therefore I'll be left with what? I will be left with x squared plus 2x plus 4x is equal to 0. Therefore x squared plus 6x is equals to 0. Okay, let me remove this one. Okay, fine. So we're gonna take out the common factor, and the common factor is what? Is x. Therefore x will be left with only 1x, and here will be left with only 6. Therefore b plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, fine. And this x will be equal to 0, or x plus 6 will be equal to 0. Therefore x will be -6. So you're gonna take this 0 and substitute it here, and not here, into the original equation, in this original equation, and see if you found 2. So I have took my 0 and substituted it here, and I found 2. So it means that x is equal to 0. So but when you take this -6 and substitute to this original equation, you won't get 2. So it means x is equal to 0, but x is not equal to -6. Therefore you'll get your full 4 marks. Thanks for watching.